Hi. So, good evening, all. A warm welcome to each and everyone who joined this masterclass. So, myself, Adeline Sheila from AllPro Trainings, is presenting this masterclass to you people. So, before we get into the webinar, let's have a look about AllPro Trainings. So, first of all, I'm going to give some introduction about AllPro Trainings. Am I audible? Please mention in the chat box, anyone. Okay, thank you. So we are providing all kinds of training, especially in the IT technologies, electrical, electronics, and soft skill courses. So we also provide corporate trainings. And IT technology itself, we are providing more than top 100 technology trainings all over the world. Telling about achievements, we have already trained more than 10,000 students all over the world in USA, European countries, and all over India, in which most of the students are placed in various MNCs with excellent packages. So we are providing 3 types of training. The first one is the masterclass that you are attending now. The second one is the flash course, which will come for 5 to 10 hours. The final one is the full course, which will come for more than 30 hours. So next I'm going to explain about what are the things we are going to see in this masterclass. First one is the participants introduction, which is for 10 minutes. Then the masterclass content is for 45 minutes, in which the trainer will exclusively explain all the topics. Then 20 minutes, it is the exclusive session to ask your queries regarding the masterclass topics, that is .NET. Then the APT students guide explanation is for 5 minutes. After that, the APT offer session for the participants who joined the masterclass today, which is followed by the feedback session for 5 minutes. In the feedback session, we will share the feedback link. So you should attend the masterclass fully and fill the feedback form completely to get the certificate. Only those who fill the feedback form will get their e-certificates. So the certificate will be sent to your email ID that you give in the feedback form within a week. So provide correct email ID in the feedback form. Participants, please note it. So those who fill the feedback form only will get the e-certificate in their mail. Okay, so now you people can introduce yourself in the chat box, which includes your name, profession, whether you are a student or a working professional, and your expectation in this masterclass. Please introduce yourself in the chat box. Hi, Prajwal, a student. So please introduce yourself in the chat box, mentioning your name, whether you're a student or working professional. Hi Arun. Hi Mohammed. Hi Monica. Hi Prajakta. Hi Rashmi. Hi Karan. Hi Jaxlyn. Hi Sneha. Hi Yash. So most of them are students. Hi Yuva. Hi Preet Singh. Hi Sheetal. Hi. Hi Kushali. Welcome. So welcome all to AllPro trainings. Welcome all to this .NET Masterclass. So now we can get into the webinar. So
Hello. Hi.
hi, ma'am.
Hi, ma'am. You can
Please share your screen and proceed.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Is I'm audible?
Yeah, you're audible, ma'am. Continue.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. This is Manju. So, welcome to the ASP.NET webinar. In this session, we will discuss about the introduction and some basic concepts of ASP.NET. Here is the agenda. At first, we will see what is ASP, its introduction, and some of the drawbacks. And then we will move on to the ASP.NET concepts like introduction and its architecture and components, page lifecycle, development environment, and then we will create a basic sample web application in .NET, in which I will show the server controls too. So let's start with the classic ASP. ASP is nothing but Microsoft Active Server Pages, which is a server scripting technology that Microsoft created to ease the development of interactive web application. In ASP, we can use both client-side scripts as well as the server-side scripts. Okay, now we are going to discuss how some of the drawbacks in the classic ASP. Uh, the first one we will discuss about is limited development and debugging tools. Debugging is an unavoidable part of any software development process, and the debugging tools for ASP has been minimal. Most ASP programmers restart to embedding temporary response, so they have to write statement in their code to trace the progress of the execution. So this is the main drawback. So next I will go to the mixes layout and logic. As ASP frequently combines script codes with HTML. So this results in ASP scripts that are lengthy, difficult to read, and switch frequently between code and the HTML. So the combination of that HTML with the ASP code is particularly problematic for a larger web application. When we go to the larger web application, it is a very problematic one. So these are the next one will be your no real state management. In the web application, the most thing is the web session state. We have to maintain the session state. So here, the session state is only maintained if the client browser supports cookies, and you have to implement additional code. For example, if we want to identify a user, we have to write some code for that for maintaining the session state. So these are the drawbacks. And the next one is update files only when server is down. If we develop some code and if you want to update on that server means only you can do only when the web server is stopped. So this is the main thing, main problem in ASP, because because it's like a pulling the rug from under your application feed. So these are the drawbacks in the ASP. So let's move on to the ASP.NET. So let me do the introduction to ASP.NET. To overcome the above limitation in classic ASP.NET was development in direct response to the problem that developers had. So it is a web development platform which provides a programming model, a comprehensive software infrastructure, and various service required to build Windows, web, and mobile application we can develop here. And then ASP.NET is used to produce interactive data-driven web application over the internet. It consists of large number of controls like text box, buttons, labels, and then list. If you want to display the list, you are having list options there, drop down, everything is there. We can configure by using the assembly, configure manipulating code to that HTML pages. And then in ASP.NET, we are having some languages. C# languages is there, maybe .NET is there, F# is there, J# is there, JScript is there. So next, we are moving on to discuss the architecture and some basic components in ASP.NET. So first is language. As I explained earlier, the variety of language exists for .NET framework. Some of them like VB.NET, C#, F#. These can be used to develop web application, web form, console application like that. We can develop the application. Next is library. The .NET framework includes a set of standard class libraries, and most common library used for web application in .NET is web library. This library has the necessary components which are used to develop that web application, .NET web application. So next one is CLR. CLR, as a part of Microsoft .NET framework, the common language runtime. CLR is common language runtime, is a programming one, and it manages the execution of the program written in any languages like C#, VB.NET, F#, and so on. The information about the environment, programming language, its version, and what class libraries will be used for this code are stored in the form of metadata, which with a compiler that tells the HLR to how to handle this code. Some of the features in CLR. So it's having performance improvements and language features such as inheritance, interface, and overloading for object-oriented. It's all comes under here. The next one is exception handling. Exceptions or errors which occur when application is executed. For example, if an application tries to open the file on the local machine, but the file is not present in an exception. That means if the file is not present, that is an exception. Another one is another one example like if you want to fetch data from the database, but the database connection is failed, means that also an exception. These so the CLR has a feature to handle all these exceptions across the .NET application. Next one is garbage collection. So garbage collection is a process of removing unwanted resources when they are no longer. For example, we are using some strings and all. So after using of those things, we know the memory will be allocated. So that memory allocation will be removed automatically by using this garbage collections. So let's look at the various stage. Next we will go to the ASP.NET lifecycle. And when an ASP.NET application is launched, there are series of steps that could be carried out. Let's look onto the various types of lifecycle of an ASP.NET web application. The first one starts with application start. Application start. The lifecycle of the ASP.NET starts with when a request is made by the user. This happens when the first user normally goes to the home page of the application for the first time. During this time, there is a method called application start, which is executed by the web server. Usually, in this method, all the global variables are set to their default values. Here only we can able to set the global variables in the application start. Then we are going. Second one is the object creation. In this objects like HTTP contacts, HTTP requests, HTTP responses are created in this web server by the web server. The HTTP concept is just the container for the HTTP request and HTTP response object. HTTP request object contains information of the current request, including cookies, browser information, and all. The HTTP response object contains the response that is sent to the client. Next is HTTP application creation. The object is created by the web server. It is the object that is used to process each subsequent request sent to the application. For example, let's assume we have two web applications. One is shopping cart application and another one is news website. For each application, we would have two HTTP application objects created. Any further request to each website would be processed by each HTTP application respectively. Then we are having dispose. So this is the event which is called before the application instance is destroyed. During this time, one can use this method to manually release any unmanaged resources. And the last one is application end. This is the final part of the application. In this part, the application is finally unloaded from the memory and after send the response to the user. So now we are moving to the ASP.NET lifecycle. When an ASP.NET specific page is called, it goes through a particular lifecycle. These are the steps are done before the response is sent to the users. Let's look onto the various stages of the lifecycle of an ASP.NET web page. First is page request. This is when the page is first requested from the server. The page is requested, the server checks if it is a request for the first time or if the request has already come from them. So it needs to compile the page and then pass the response and send it across to the user. If the user is the first time, the page requested, the cache will be nothing, but the temporarily stores frequently used instructions, data for quick processing by the central processing unit. It will check to see if the page output exists or not. So the response is sent to the user. If the page request is the second time, means during this two objects, known as request and response objects are created. The request object used to hold all the information which are sent when the page was requested. The response object is used to hold the information which is sent back to the user. Next is page initialization. During this time, all the controls on the web page is initialized. So if you have any labels, text box, or any other controls on the web front, they are all initialized with the default values. And next is page load. This is when the page is actually loaded with all the default values. So if a text box is supposed to have a default value, then the value is loaded during this page load time. So when the page load and the page load time, the default value will be applied for the controls and all. Next is postback event handling. This validation is also similar. After the page load, the validation will be there, and then it goes to the postback event handling. This event is triggered if the page is being loaded again. Sometimes there can be a situation that user clicks on the submit button on the page. In this case, the same page is displayed again. In such cases, the postback event can be called. Then page rendering. This happens just before all the response information is sent to the user. All the information on the form is saved and the result is sent to the user as a complete web page. And the last one is unload. Once the page output is sent to the users, there is no need to keep all the ASP.NET Web Form objects in memory. So the unloading process involves removing all unwanted objects from the memory. That's all about the life cycles in ASP.NET. Now we are moving to the development environment. The key development tool for building ASP.NET and front-end is Visual Studio. Visual Studio is an integrated development environment for writing, compiling, and debugging the code. It provides a complete set of development tools for building ASP.NET web application, web services, desktop application, mobile application. There are three different editions of Visual Studio is like community version, professional, and then enterprise. We have different versions. They are available. These are the available versions in Visual Studio. We can see here in .NET framework and .NET Core framework version, which is also supporting. Let's move on to create a sample web application. Here I am going to explain how to create a new web application in .NET using Visual Studio. Also, I will show what are the types of application we are having and when we create the Visual Studio apart from web application. So let me show it in. I have opened the Visual Studio 2012. I have clicked new project. So in the new project, we can set, you can see here, right? So we are having Visual Studio, Visual Basic, Visual C Sharp, Visual C, Visual F Sharp. These are the types of languages that is supported here. So I'm going to create under C Sharp web application. So I'm taking C Sharp, and web. See, you can also create. I already explained, right? There are some of the applications you can create, like web application. You can also create Windows
Hi, ma'am, you're not audible.
Sorry, on my it's got disconnected. Is I'm audible?
Yeah, you're audible now. Yeah.
Yeah. So shall I share the screen now?
You can share now.
Yeah. Then I don't know which I have started. Application, anyone? Okay, let me start from that how to create an application.
Yeah, how
Okay.
to create an application right from the starting beginning. Yeah.
So I'm opening Visual Studio 2010. I'm clicking on the new project. Here you can see the various languages like Visual. I already explained, right? We are having ASP.NET supports Visual Studio, VB.NET, C Sharp, C++, F Sharp. Like these, these are the language we are having here. So I'm going to use C Sharp language. Under the C Sharp language, we can create the project. Either Windows project we can create, and web project also we can create. So in the Windows, you can see what are the window form application we can create, WVF application we can create, console application. These are the types of application we can create here. In web also you can create ASP.NET web application, MVC application, version 2, version 4 is there. You can create by whatever application if you want you can. Then I click now I'm going to create a ASP.NET web application. I'm giving the name for that application. Click OK. So here, see here, the sample project is coming here, right? The name of the project is this, and then we are having the reference folder. In this references, we are having all the DLL refer to this application. If you want to create a, no, if you want to refer your new DLL means you can also include from here. And then it is an account section consists of account folder consists of login, register, change password. These are all the ASPX pages. Let me show when I run the application. Okay. And then here we are having a script files, script folder. In under the script folder, we can include all the JS files here. Style folder, under this we can include that CSS file. So by default, the default.aspx about.aspx will be created. This is the global.aspx asx. Here, if you want to register any global variables, means we can use it here. This here, as I explained, right? Application start will be there, application end is there, application error. You can perform any logic over here. And then here web config. Web config is mainly used when you have a like, see here, this is the connection string. So if you are connecting to the database means by using this uh, we can connect the database by using this. So let okay, before creating any page, I'm just running this application because we are already by defaultly we are having login page, register page, change password pages there. So by defaultly I'm just running this application. When you see, you can see the home screen is there, and then about, yeah, having login form is there. Okay, so like this, if you want to register means register is there, register form will be. So we want to know how to create the new page, right? So I just came here. I'm just going to create a new ASPX file. So, so before that, I just stop the application so that I can create a new ASPX file. So add new item, and then I'm just creating web form, new form. Okay, I'm just click add. See, we are having the ASPX file is created. Under the ASPX file, you are having new form.aspx.cs file. Here only you can read. We will write the logic and all CS files only. This designer page we can see the code designing things. Let me include the controls now. We can include from the toolbox itself. I will show you what are the controls. So as I like said, button, calendar, checkbox. These are all the controls we are having in the ASP. These are the predefined one. If you want to insert any more tools, means we can include that. So for current being, I have included label, and I just include the text box. This is the ID label next. Next will be your label, and in the text box, I'm giving the text box name as EB. So when I run the application, move on to the PPT now. We are having different types of versions. We are having the Visual Studio versions, Visual Studio 22, 29. Now 22 is the latest version we are having in Visual Studio. So that's all about we can see the web controls like buttons, right? So if you want any more details, you can further more details in the we will discuss in the forthcoming sessions. Thank you so much. Please feel free to ask any queries if you have.
So if you have any queries, please ask in the chat box. Guys, any queries, please ask in the chat box. Participants, have any queries, please ask in the chat box.
ஒவ்வொரு தடவையும் இந்த மாதிரி ஜூம் மீட்டிங்ல இருக்கும்போது பேசிட்டே இருக்கும்போது கேள்வி அப்படின்னு கேள்வி அவங்க யாராவது ஒரு ஆளு ப்ளீஸ் கொஸ்டின் அப்படிம்பாங்க. அதுக்கப்புறம் லைன்ல இருக்காங்கன்னு சொல்லி பேசணும்.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the wonderful session. The session was quite interesting and the topics are covered are very clear and helpful. Thank you, ma'am. So now I am going to share a feedback video from one of our students who took Selenium course from our training institute. Kindly watch it.
Hi guys, I'm Aishwarya from Chennai and I'm working in testing background. I'm a manual tester come automation tester. As I needed some help with automation training, I reached out to IRPA from AP Trainings. So he suggested me to take up the Selenium Java course and I got a very good guidance from AP Training from Rahul and IRPA from AP. And currently I have got an offer with a 120% hike, and I definitely got the confidence and courage to move to switch to another company only after completing this training. And I would definitely suggest you guys to get into AP trainings and get yourself moved to a better career. Yeah, thank you.
So now I am sharing some of the feedback and reviews from our students. So this is a feedback from the Selenium student who got 120% hike after completing automation testing course from AllPro trainings. This is from the Python student Mohana Priya. She told this class helped her to improve her skills. And next is the review from a Blue Prism student Pranita Kiran. She told the trainer is very professional and refer AllPro trainings to others. And next is the review from our UiPath student Munida Reddy. He says the way of teaching is very excellent and overall a very informative training session, and thanks to all trainings. Next is the review from our SQLDBA student Vijay. And this is the review from a USA student, feedback from a USA student. Parveen Banu. She's a Blue Prism student. After taking a training from AP trainings, she switched a job from teaching into IT field. She told she felt 100% worth for the money she paid. And this is the review from another student, Surya, who learned SQL from AllPro trainings, who also placed with very good packages. And next is the feedback from a non-IT student, Anis, who took Blue Prism course and placed in IT field. There's also feedback from our student Elias, and currently working in an MNC. And we have other student, Soundarya from USA, who took a Java course, recommends AllPro trainings for better future. So these are the reviews and feedbacks from our students. So at the end of the session, participants, at the end of the session, I will be sharing the feedback link. Those who fill the feedback will get their certificates. So now I am sharing the students guide of AllPro trainings. So APT student guide. So now I'm going to explain how we are providing training to our students in our training center and how it helps them to place all over the world. So we are following 5 forces in our teaching methodology. The first one is the simple learning methodology. And second one is students recall. Third is the creative explanation. Fourth is fingertip materials. And fifth is additional bonuses. In the simple learning methodology, once you join the course every day, you will have the class for 75 minutes, in which we have divided the 75 minutes into 6 sessions. The first session is for 10 minutes, in which you will pass the previous day class to the trainer. The next session is for 20 minutes, in which the trainer will take a set of topics for that day. The next session is 50 minutes, in which people have to practice in front of the trainer. The fourth session, the trainer will take the next set of topics for 15 minutes, which is followed by the fifth session, in which you can again practice for 10 minutes. And in the final session, you can recall all topics you learned on that day for 5 minutes. So totally it will be around 60 minutes. So the learning pyramid model suggests that some methods of study are more effective than others. All our trainings are designed based on this learning pyramid. The learning pyramid shows that if you are able to accurately and correctly teach a subject to others, you will have a very good mastery of the concept. Our students are well trained to this level. And creative explanation. Different kinds of learnings are available. E-learning, e-coaching, collab learning, and a virtual classroom. So nowadays you can get everything on the internet, but you don't know exactly what will help you to find a job. Our training is structured in a way that the trainer will guide you to select what you exactly needed. So it will be like a virtual classroom. So you can clear all your queries directly with the trainer. And the OneNotes, all the class notes will be provided day-wise so that it will be easy for you to revise the topics at any time. And mind map, it's a note-making method which you are following on for trainings. And all class notes with the pictures, diagrammatic flow explanation, and training notes in single notebook will be provided. From a day 1 to till the end of the course, all live classes will be recorded and the required software will also be provided in the shared drive. So you will get live classes as well as the recordings of the same for your future references. And next is additional bonuses. So once you join AllPro trainings, we will help you to arrange for free interview sessions, lifelong community support. We will provide job links. We will help you in a resume preparation, and we will guide you to get the professional certification and also LinkedIn recommendations. So now we are going into the offer session. So we have three types of training. One is the master class, which you are attending now. The other two types are flash course and full course. The full course will be for 35 to 40 hours, and the flash course will be for 5 to 6 or 10 hours. So it will be like a 2 days workshop. And the full course will be for 35 to 40 hours. So can you guess what will be the market price of our .NET? So you can mention in the chat box what will be the market price for .NET. Any guesses? Okay, we are getting responses. 10 to 15,000. Okay. So the market price for .NET will be around, for the full course, it will be 5K to 20K, and the flash course is 6K to 8K. So can you guess what will be the AllPro trainings price? So we won't charge this much. So can you guess this will be the price from AllPro trainings? So we provide full course at 13K and the flash course as at 2K. So, and we have a special offer for those people who join this masterclass. So for those people who have joined this masterclass, we have a 15 minutes offer. The full course will be 10K and the flash course will be 999. So only for those people who attended this masterclass, we will provide the .NET full course at 10K, the flash course at 999. Kindly make use of this offer. This offer is only for 15 minutes. This is the special offer who have joined this masterclass today. And we have some special bonuses. So we'll arrange free interview session. We'll help in resume preparation and professional certification guidance, lifelong community support, LinkedIn recommendation, and job guidances. So all your queries can be cleared at any time with a trainer. Training is conducted at your preferred time, weekdays or weekends. So at your morning or evening, it will be conducted at your preferred time. We will provide the recorded videos of all live classes. And we will also provide daily class notes and documents. Everything will be shared in your drive. And salary prediction. If for a fresher, your salary pack will be 2.5 lakhs per annum. But if you update yourself with the current technologies, you will surely get 5 lakhs per annum. So a small amount you spend can give a big change in your career. So again, there is a special offer for those people who have joined this masterclass. The full course fee is just 10K and the flash course fee is 999. It's a 15 minutes offer. It's only for those people who have joined this masterclass. So I will share the feedback form link now. Only those people who fill the feedback form will get their e-certificates. So please fill the feedback form. I hope you would have received in your chat box. Just confirm me whether you received the feedback form link. Fill it immediately. Okay. So those who fill the feedback form will get their e-certificates within a week in your email ID. So provide correct email ID. So I'm sharing the contact number. If you want to know any detail about any other courses, please contact in this number. The future scope for .NET is very bright. So kindly make use of this offer. So most of them are students. You can do a course to get a promising entry in IT field. Also, I'm sharing the payment link. So if you can't make the full payment, you can make a token payment of 1,000 rupees, and you can share the payment screenshot with us. So this is a payment link. So if you want to join the course, so if you can't pay the full amount immediately, you can pay a token amount of rupees 1,000 and share the screenshot with us. You can book your course. So the 15 minutes offer is only for those people who have joined the masterclass today. Kindly make use of it. The full course is 10K and the flash course is 999. So fill the feedback form immediately. Only for those who fill the feedback form, they will get their e-certificate in their mail ID within a week. So we will, once you fill the feedback, we will end the session. So training can be conducted at your preferred time, your convenient time. So you can contact the trainer at any time and you can clear your doubts. All the trainers are working professionals. So it won't be just a theoretical training. Any queries, please send it in the chat box. If you have any queries, please mention in the chat box. So once again, I'm sharing the feedback form link. Those who haven't filled it, those who haven't filled the feedback form, please fill it. Once again, I'm sharing the feedback form link. So the offer ends in 15 minutes. So if you have any queries, please ask in the number mentioned in the chat box. You can call or WhatsApp. So the 15 minutes offer, the full course is for 10K and the flash course is for 999. So most of them are students. You can learn any course to get a promising entry in the IT field. So thank you so much, participants. Thank you so much. So we can end the session now. Thank you.